Hey y'all, today I'm going to do a quick, well, it probably won't be quick, let's just be honest, I talk a lot. A quick video about the Nordstrom anniversary sale for 2023. It should be coming up here shortly, and I've got some thoughts. They're not great thoughts, but I've got some thoughts. Stick around. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about treating yourself to a little bit of luxury, whether that be your enormous giant cup of coffee or your favorite fragrance, designer handbags, just anything that you feel treats yourself to a little bit of luxury. Today I'm going to be talking about the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and Nordstrom's is pretty much one of the main places that folks get luxurious items, luxury brands out there. I know there's other stores across the US, but in Oregon, Nordstrom is pretty much the primary place to get items. That we do have a Saks off Fifth, but it's hit and miss. But anyway, so today is the 4th of July. I'm all patriotic with my wardrobe and really bright lipstick. But yesterday, July 3rd, the preview dropped on Nordstrom.com. I did not get the little magazine. Probably because I didn't spend that much last year. I've been kind of de-influenced since last year. So last year's video was a Debbie Downer video, so I'll link that as well. I think a lot of the same points stand. It's just that some of the alternative places to shop don't have the same items, but it's still pretty relevant. So I'll link that up above. So what is the Nordstrom anniversary sale? So every year at this time, it's basically the big, huge fall preview of things that are to come. I really think of it as the big back to school shopping sale for grown-ups, although they do have kids items, and then of course that, men's and home and baby and all sorts of stuff. And then the beauty exclusives are the bonus round, so to speak, on there. But that's basically the point of it. It's, pre-shopping the fall collections that are coming in. But you are going to still see some transitional pieces, but for the most part, it's really focusing on those fall items. So it starts officially for the masses July 17th through August 6th. But if you're a card member, you know all about it. If you're an icon, which is when you spend over $5,000 in a year, you're July 11th through 16th. So you get like the bulk of the good shopping time frame. Ambassadors are next, and I forget what their minimum spend is. I want to say it's $1,500 or $2,000. So ambassadors start on July 12th through the 16th, and then an influencer, which is what I am, which is just to have a card. So anybody can be an influencer. So I have a card, and that's great. So let's 2 days later. So July 13th through the 16th. So that's my access period. So 2 days is not bad, but it's not great either. And I will say that, unfortunately, folks do snatch things up really quick. So some of my tips and tricks or whatever I'll go into later, but first and foremost, don't freak out. None of this stuff is life-threatening. So the world is not going to end if you do not get this item. Please don't think that. It's just, it's a good deal for the most part. A lot of the stuff is at a really good price, but and I'll talk about it later, a lot of it is just like the FOMO. And then you'll see a ton of videos coming out from influencers who are partnering with Nordstrom's to get the word out, and so they're helping, with the hype. So, calm down, make your wish list, try to get what you can get, but do not, the world will not end if you do not get the item on the first try. I think I built my wish list last year, and almost half of it was gone by the time I was ready to shop. And then they here and there started popping back up into availability. So people were either returning or canceling their orders or what have you. So be patient, slow and steady wins the race. But you do want to get in before it opens to the masses if you can. So if you can do the influencer 13th to the 16th time frame, at least for online shopping, I do recommend getting in at that time, because you do get a little bit head start, especially if you're only shopping online. If you do have Nordstrom stores accessible to you and available to go in, I highly recommend going into store, because they have a stock available then and there. Whereas if you're online, you're dealing with whatever they have set aside for online. So I think shopping in store is actually a benefit in at this stage. They don't have everything at all stores, unfortunately, but as far as the beauty items go, for the most part, if you're going for beauty items, that's where I would recommend definitely going into your local store. All right, so I've got some notes. So again, this is a fall preview. It's like, think about you're building your back to school wardrobe or back to fall work wardrobe, winter wardrobe. So it's a lot of coats, outerwear, shoes, all this winter type of outfits with home and beauty items mixed in. You'll see a designer section, don't get your hopes up. You're not going to see Loewe, you're not going to see Saint Laurent, anything of any, I shouldn't say decency, but you know what I mean. Nothing of that caliber will be in the sale, except for sunglasses. That's the caveat. So there are some Fendi sunglasses I've already put on my wish list. I believe there was some Saint Laurent and some Gucci and some other high-end brands, but no clothing, no handbags, no shawls, nothing that we would typically, as our luxury YouTube, so to speak, world would want. So it's literally just I'm trying to think, like Vince, Max Mara, Lafayette, New York, what's the other one? All those, that type of thing. So higher end brands, but not, couture or designer type of fashion houses, so to speak, will not be in the sale. But there is a lot of nice stuff. It's just mostly straight sizing. So being a plus size person, there's not a whole lot for me. I think there was probably a total of maybe just under 300 items in my size. And a lot of it is just your typical basics like Zella and Spanx or what have you. Your typical stuff you can get at any time. It is what it is. So a little bit of everything, but it's a lot of digging. So as far as real quick, what I would skip, my first points is do not fall for those pajama sets that look, they're really nice with the little white piping on them. I think they're called Moonlight, the brand. They are way overpriced, not worth it. I'm going to do a short that I'm going to upload separately between comparing my pajama set from Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. It's 2 years now I've had it. And then a set I got from Target at the same time, and the wear and tear on them. It's funny to see how they've held up. So I paid $20, $22, I think, for the Target pair, and $40, I believe, for the Nordstroms, and the regular price is like 60 something dollars, and they're so not worth it. So not worth it. Now, you may think otherwise. That's totally fabulous for you. Wonderful. I don't think that they're worth it. And there's probably other brands that are far nicer than this particular material that they use, but I think it's a complete waste of money. Granted, it's at a deep discount for the regular price this time of year. So if you love them, great time to get them. I don't recommend them. You can get them other places and pay way less. So that's my first tip, is skip the Moonlight stuff. Really do your homework when it comes to those types of items, because it's likely that you're not saving that much. And you could probably find whatever that they put in the sale at some point. Everything that doesn't sell is going to be at the rack. So if you're slow and steady and, not in a hurry for anything, the odds are at some point it will be at the rack. And if you're, a small size, that you'll probably find yourself a treasure chest of things to get. So the other things that are really hit and miss, and I really recommend people tread lightly and be very diligent in pricing and comparing the sizes, is in the beauty exclusives. There are some wonderful deals in there. One thing I think I rolled up the top of my head was the Olaplex, the shampoo and conditioner in there. There's like the giant size. I forget the price. I think it was like $70. And I think I paid like $30 for a little tiny bottle of it. So it was an scary good deal. I was like, wow, that's kind of odd that it's such a good deal. So there are a few items here and there that, wow, that's a really, really good deal. But a lot of them, it's like, okay, it's basically like you're paying for the mascara and you're getting a little tiny, freebie eyeshadow palette thing for free, or you're paying for a lipstick, but you're getting a lip gloss that matches it. So it's really look and see, is it worth the components? Like, if you broke down the kit, would you really pay for those items, or what makes the most sense? And so there's some things in there that are like, ride or die items. Like there's that cashmere deodorant from Donna Karan that people swear by, and every year they buy them, and they're back, it's in the sale. All the Kiehl stuff, it's back in the sale. So it's like some of that stuff, it's great deals, stock up every year, and they're just like basics, like buying a white t-shirt. It's like those, they're really good prices, and it makes sense to stock up. But a lot of the other stuff, like Mac, run away. Run away from the Mac stuff. It's going to end up at Cosmetic Company Outlet in a few months and at a discount. Bobbi Brown, kind of the same thing. I'm not too impressed with this year's offerings. I think that's all going to end up at the outlet. But if you really like the eyeshadow sticks and the lip glosses or lip balms, whatever they were, go ahead and pick them up. They weren't too bad of a price, but I'd probably just wait for them to get to the outlet and buy them there. And that's the thing. A lot of this stuff is going to end up at the outlet. The fragrances, that's where definitely do your homework on the sizes and the so-called value, like the Tom Ford stuff in here. I'm like, how did you get this value? It's a 50 ml, and they're saying it's a $450 value for the 50 ml and the travel spray. The travel sprays are like $80. I think the 50 ml is usually 200 some odd dollars, and the whole kit was like almost 300 or 250. That didn't seem like it was on sale to me, or like you were getting a deal. It was just a gift set. So the packaging, I guess, is what you're paying for, the fancy box to go with it. So really look at every gift set and see if it's truly a discount, if it truly gives you a value, and if you were to break it up, does it make sense? And you can usually find the individual components and see if you made your own kit, how much would you save? Is it $5 or is it $50? Because that's when I start to think of having a deal. It's like, how much have I saved? If I got the fragrance for the regular price and they gave me a travel spray worth $80 for free, I'd probably be okay with paying that. But yeah, it was kind of strange to look at. So there was quite a few in there that I'm like, I think I've seen those cheaper elsewhere. You can usually get them at the Sephora sale with the 15% off in a couple months. So it's really, think about it. And for the most part, not a lot of that stuff really truly sells out permanently. Like the online stuff, it will go fast, but in store they'll have tons of stock. So it's just like, are you going to die that you didn't get the NARS lipstick or, blush? You can probably call the local store and get it more than likely, or go to your local store and still find it on the shelf. So the pre-sale will sell out, but you can still acquire it more than likely. Again, not 100%, but so far, and I've been shopping the sale for almost 10 years, very few things have I not been able to obtain at some point in the sale. So it's just kind of my luck, I guess. So what is the point of the sale or the deals? Again, this is where you're going to look for your winter and fall items. So you're looking for your winter coats, your puffer coats, your, nice dress coat, wool coat type thing, sweaters, cold weather staples, long sleeve tees, that kind of thing. Shoes. I think the bulk of the sale is honestly shoes. It seemed like, I think I clicked on the shoe area and there was over 1,000 items, and when I filtered it down to women, it was over 500. A third of that was just boots boots and booties. It's just really hardcore about, stocking up for the essentials. You'll still find like sandals and flip-flops in the mix. People are always vacationing and might live in a warmer climate, so they still need those kind of things. But for the most part, it's really about, active sneakers and boots and booties and that kind of thing. So definitely a lot of that there. So it's a good sale to find items like that and at a decent discount. I'm going to say 30% off is probably the minimum you're going to save, and sometimes more on some of them. So pretty good deal, and all sorts of brands out there. So it's just a plethora of things. The next thing really is denim. There's a lot of denim. It's probably like the biggest staple item, and just a plethora of brands out there. Granted, I ended up filtering down to plus sizes. So the two that have caught my eye is really Not Your Daughter's Jeans and Good American. I've used Not Your Daughter's Jeans for years, and I really do enjoy their offerings and products. And of course, it's vanity sizing. You size down, so yay, I'm one size smaller. But Good American, I've heard nice things about their products, so I'm intrigued to just try them out. So that's kind of on my wish list and something I might shop for. The other thing is lots of dresses and I shouldn't say formal, but a business type of wear. You're going to find a lot of that type of offering in here. So your suit, jackets, blazers, dress shirts, that kind of, whatever you need to go to the office and look polished. A lot of that is in this sale at decent prices. Not to say fabulous prices, but decent prices. There was several blouses that I found on there that looked nice. Not sure if we'll see. They're on the list. Might pick them up. And then basics and active wear. So tons of, bras, panties, underwear, socks, leggings, all that, sports bras, all the stuff that you need. So Zella, Sweaty Betty, Spanx, all that stuff. I don't necessarily believe that they're the best products and prices, but if you're into those brands, you're going to find the deals there. And then the last positive or good thing about this sale is it's a good time to buy gifts. So Christmas gifts and things. There's a lot of nice packaged items and how the presentation of them. So the Nordstrom brand is actually a pretty decent brand. So the Nordstrom throws, Nordstrom sheets, pillowcases, even the jewelry from Nordstrom is a really good quality. So if you have some gifts to buy, definitely look at those items and those offerings, because they're typically the better deal of what's offered out there. But there are other things that other brands that come across as well that might be a good thing. So my opinions on the areas that you might want to pop into and might be sucked into being tempted by. So obviously handbags, because that's what my main obsession is. So I went into the handbag section, and it's not good this year. I don't think I'm buying anything at all, but I have some comments. So the only thing I could possibly say has relatively decent offerings is Longchamp, and I'll start to put in some images of things. So Longchamp has a few items. They're not great. They're not horrible. That expandable tote, I had that in a neutral gray kind of color. I bought it probably 4 or 5 years ago. I can't remember now. I ended up giving it away during Giftsmas last year because I never carried it once. It just, I have other totes and other luggage and travel bags and just never used it. So I don't know why. It just didn't work out. So they look nice, the offerings this year, but the only one I may be tempted by is the little tiny mini one, the little crossbody one. That one looks kind of cute, but the prices just don't seem very good. I'm really disappointed. That expendable bag, I bought mine for under $100 my first, when I got it. And I think it was like 140 or something like that this year. So that, like, inflation, really? didn't seem like it would be that high. So yeah, that was a little disappointing. As far as the other brands go, it seems like Rebecca Minkoff has got a ton of stuff in here, and it's all of the Edie range, so tons of that in this sale. The only thing that looked a little bit tempting and cute was the top handle tote bag, and they had one last year almost identical to this one that I was tempted by. I don't think I am really gonna look into it. I will wait for it to go on mega sale if it's still around to even think about it, but that's the only one that even remotely caught my eye. There's a couple Marc Jacobs things in here. Meh. Coach is just sad. It looks like factory outlet stuff, and that's depressing. Last year, at least, they had, I think, the Cassie ones that were made for Nordstrom's, so that was nice. But this year, it's just, it's all, I don't know. I mean, there might be somebody who might like it, but it looks like the stuff you can get at the factory outlet, and it's not that cheap. So it's just not happy about it. Kirk Geiger, it looks like all the same stuff that's been there for years. So I'm like, how is this trendy? How is this, the new? So I don't know. I mean, maybe I looked at the wrong section and clicked on the wrong stuff, but I swear it was the anniversary sale, and it looked like the same purse he'd put out for the last several seasons. Like there was like a rainbowy kind of gradient one, and I'm like, I swear I've seen this one before. So I don't know. I mean, it's just my opinion. They're okay. It's just nothing I would carry. So the last thing that even remotely piqued my interest, and it's on that, quiet luxe train that folks are on right now, and they're not even that expensive. All Saints has several different offerings on there that look a lot like a variety of different brands that are out there right now, The Row and Celine and so on and so on. So they have quite a few things that are not expensive at all that kind of go along with that look. So if you're into those, I would look at the All Saints. But other than that, bags were just not doing it for me, and I was so just kind of I completely skipped over like shawls and wraps and things like. And I usually look at scarves to see what they might have, and I just like, I don't even care. I'm just like I took a peek at the sunglasses because again, that's about the only place you're going to find anything designer, and found one pair of Fendi sunglasses that looked relatively promising, but I just bought a pair earlier this year, so I don't think I need another set, but they were cute. So they're on the wish list. Maybe. I don't know. I think I'm just going to wait and see when they end up out at the rack, because I think they will eventually. I don't foresee these things having a massive cult following and people, selling out on them, but again, my opinion. Home, the candles, they had the typical stuff, the diptyque, which I always buy the little votive set every year. So they all had a set of 4 this year, which are usually, I think, a set of 5 or 6. So they must be a little bit bigger than last year. So I'll probably get those. And then there was a Voluspa one that looked interesting, a little gift set. So that for sure. I'm going to pick up the Nordstrom throw. I think it's like $20. So it looks really cozy. And some other channel was talking about how it was nice. And I don't know if I mentioned it yet. I might have, but I've been talking for so long. Stay away from the Barefoot Dreams. Walk away. And this is from somebody who owns 3 Barefoot Dream throws. I paid full price for my first one, and at the time I was like, oh, this is really, really nice. I really like it. And then I found them at the rack for, you know, $60. I think they were $50, something like that. So I paid $100 for my first one, and they are regularly at Nordstrom Rack for a fraction of the price. So if you must have one, if you love Barefoot Dreams, and trust me, I'm a Barefoot Dreams stan. I have like 5 cardigans, love them to death. I typically would buy one every other year at the sale. I am staying so far away from anything Barefoot Dreams at the sale. The prices are obscene this year. Like the cardigans used to be in the $60 to $70 range. I couldn't find one under $120 this year, at least my size. There may be other ones. And then all of the throws, I think, were at least $120 as well. So I don't know what's going on with Barefoot Dreams, but they're not worth that much money. And that's, again, my opinion, but wait for today's special value at QVC. You could probably find one still for a reasonable price, but I don't know what's happening there. They're not worth that much money. And that I stand by that. I even looked and did a Google search, and I swear Zappos had the exact one that was on the preview for $70. So I'm like, what? Anyway, just if you must, it's your money. But I recommend Google everywhere else to try to find a better deal, because I think that this is not a good deal. So either buyers got screwed, or I don't know what happened, but this is not a sale for Barefoot Dreams at all. The UGG stuff, it's not a horrible price, but I don't think it's that great either. So yeah, I guess use your own judgment. I'm not the biggest Uggs fan. I have some slippers and a pair of the little booty things, and they're okay. I'm not a big Ugg person. So other than that, I don't think there's anything else that really caught my eye in homeware. I mean, I have a lot of pots and pans and decorative items, but nothing really, at least with the preview so far, has been, yeah. Beauty, I will please stress, do your research, check other websites, check the brand specifically. And I'm going to shout out Dior. Dior will usually have the almost identical gift sets at their own website for nearly the same price. And their gifts with purchases at Dior are way better than what you could get from Nordstrom's. Now, a few years ago, Nordstrom's would have really great, the little baggie, the case, the cabinet case that came with it, with the little freebies, were phenomenal. And I don't know, last year's was not good. This year, I couldn't even find anything on their website that said they had a gift with purchase, but maybe it's coming later. I would honestly just go directly to Dior's website. Their rewards section, as you get up in the tiers, is fabulous. So working directly with them, their packaging is fabulous. If you follow, I think it's Jennifer Loves Couture on YouTube. It might be Instagram. I can't remember. I'll link it down below. She always has promo codes like every day, it seems like, online, that you can, when you spend $100 or $125, there's great freebies that happen with her codes. So if you love Dior, go that route. Check it out before you go through Nordstrom, in my opinion. yeah, everything was just kind of meh out there. So the only things that I could say like is a great value is the Chantecaille mascara. That's normally $76 a tube, and you get two for 106 in this. So that's a pretty good deal. So if you're a ride or die Chantecaille mascara person, this is a great way to get that. I mean, that's spendy stuff, but the hair, it's fabulous. So that one looks tempting. And then the other one is the La Mer trial set. I bought that 2 years ago, I want to say, or a year ago. I can't remember when I purchased it. And then I ended up using it over Vlogmas. And the cream is too rich for my skin, but the treatment lotion, really like the treatment lotion. So there's two sets this year. One has the cream and one has the softening lotion or softening cream. I can't remember. A lighter version of the cream is how I understood it. So I'm going to try to get the one with the lighter cream and see if that works a little bit better. Again, it comes with the treatment lotion, but they also have the treatment lotion like a deluxe size, and I'm thinking I might want to get that instead. So I don't know, we'll see. But it's a great way to try that really, really high-end bougie skincare for a fairly reasonable deal. And I would recommend that you go shopping over at Costco for the actual cream if you do like that cream, because they have killer deals. Costco is a great, if you have Costco membership, Costco is a great place to look for the fragrances. They have quite a bit of Tom Ford and Creed replica right now. A bunch of stuff over there. So I just searching around. They had Tatcha's water cream not too long ago. It's just it just pops up here and there. So yeah, do your research, go out there and check the other stores in your area and see what they have to offer, because you're probably going to find a better price. It could be a different configuration. I forgot to mention that like the Hermes offerings, I was so excited to see what they had this year. They're offering the exact same kit I got from last year, and that's the Collection Parfums Hardens. So it's the exact same one. And the Jo Malone, the exact same sets, the women's set and the men's set. They just took the outer carton, the decorative. Last year it was like a picnic plaid type of look to it, and this year it's polka dots, but it's the exact same items on the inside. So that was just really disappointing. I really look forward to this sale having something new to try out when it comes to the coffrettes and samples. There is a Byredo one though that is on my list, and that looks interesting, so I'm excited to try that one. I think there's a Le Labo one as well. I'm not as intrigued by that, but it definitely looks like something to check out. So the little coffret sets, I think they do a pretty decent deal on those, to being able to try out a fragrance house. But it's just a lot of meh this year, and I'm really disappointed. So I mean, let me know what you're looking at and thinking about, and if you have a different experience, maybe your store is just, has better offerings. But so far, I mean, I do a combo of, online and in-store shopping, and it's just the last couple years have been not wanting to make me want to spend any money. I've gone from being an ambassador to just an influencer, just a card holder at this point. So Nordstrom doesn't care about my opinion and my money, but that's okay. It is what it is. But hopefully you learned something. I know I rambled quite a bit, but yeah, it's something that, don't waste your money if you don't have to. But on a positive note, they have a fabulous return policy. If you don't like it, you can send anything back. If you need to order, two to try them out, two sizes, they are just a very customer loyal, or had been at least. I have not encountered any problems with that. So if you do, please let me know, because I definitely want everyone to know any situation or issues that they have. But other than the lackluster product offerings, that's all I can really have as a negative to say about the situation. So that's it, y'all. Take care.